Participate, tune in, and be part of the conversation. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. What is health? It's more than the absence of illness. It's the state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. But let's delve deeper. Health is the heartbeat of life. It's the rhythm that keeps us moving forward. The pulse that echoes our vitality. It's a symphony of balance and harmony, resonating in every aspect of our existence. Health is a silent conductor, orchestrating the dance between the body and mind. It's the energy that propels us towards our dreams and aspirations. It is the foundation upon which we build our futures. So, what is health to you? Join me, Kofi Bartels, this and every Thursday for Health Thursday, 8 a.m. on the Morning Crossfire as we explore important issues affecting your health. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, a very good morning. We're back. Sorry if we took a bit of time after the news at 8, but we're back. I'm still here, and we're still taking your thoughts. It's Health Thursday, but please permit me while our guest, waiting for our guests to join, because the conversation is very, how will I say, very, very, very important. And also we are relying a lot on the expert opinion of our guest. While we're waiting for him to connect in a matter of seconds, let's quickly just go over okay, what is this? Some comments here, just very briefly before we delve into a health conversation. A message was sent in earlier by, okay, I can't see a name here, but I think you say you're in the UK. I agree with you that we the people have the power, but we have slept on it. That's why the politicians aren't doing well for the people. A corrupt politician may want to rig the process, but it is we the people he would use to do it. If we say no, he can't rig the process. That's absolutely correct. You know, I was driving on my way to work today. Had a couple of challenges on the way and all that. I had time to ponder. You know, I said, even if you must be a wicked politician or elected official, you know, you're eating all the money, chopping the money, sharing it among your friends and cronies. What does it take to do that? All right? Embezzle money and just enrich yourself to do that. And then to also do the basics of providing good roads, electricity, water, you know, security, and just common sense economic policies. I mean, you can do that and still, you know, take money now and enrich yourself. I mean, so why don't you do that? Yeah, I mean, you guys share the money, do what you do, but provide the basics that will make people calm and happy and just chill. Nobody disturbs you, nobody complains. Okay, let's look at maybe street lights. Okay, do all you have to do, you know, take everything you need to take, and, you know, okay, but keep lights on. Let the streets be bright at night and in the morning till daybreak. I mean, that won't stop you from enjoying the government. If you want to enjoy, you know, sharing money and all that, it won't stop you. Street lights, for instance. You know, so I was thinking about it. So why can't we have government? Okay, yeah, you guys do all the political thing with money and resources, and, you know, but still just provide good roads. I mean, is that difficult? Say, we'll chop all, but do the work. So what kind of person do you have to be? What kind of person, leader, politician, office holder do you have to be to say, I won't do anything, I'll make things worse? To actually actively try to make things worse. I've seen very terrible politicians, very terrible political leaders. Terrible. They provided good roads. They didn't need to do anything. Just take the money they're going to share. Take small part of it and give it to a construction company. Do all the roads. Make sure it's another standard, and leave me alone. Yes. So it must take a level of, I don't know what to use it or what it is. It's something. There's a word I'm looking for, but that word is not good for radio. So I don't know what other word. It takes a level of that thing to not even do anything. You know? Okay, we have XYZ amount of money. We are going to share wood, but go and do the roads. We are going to share, but make sure the street lights are on. Make sure the city is clean or the country is clean. Make sure the hospitals are in good shape. So maybe I'm missing something, you know. I've seen people in other places, even here in Nigeria, outside. I've seen bad politicians. They will do everything bad. They will even kill people, kill opponents, but they will just provide basic good road, clean environment, street lights, water, some common sense government policies and all that. Is it wickedness? Is it I don't know, lack of will? Maybe somebody has tied the hands of politically. They can't do what they want to do. The hands are tied. Because some of them, their hands are tied. All right. Thank you, the gentleman from UK. Really didn't tell me your name, but it's okay. Someone says, Kofi, James 2:17. You wanted to say Edafe. Thank you very much. Faith without works is dead. Thank you. Skip me. This one reads, if Peter Obi was a visionary leader, he should be able to leverage on his popularity, get like minds and form a party that will be stronger than he himself, where no more can come in and destroy. But Kofi, I've never voted since 1999. No, not because of election rigging, but simply because of this illegitimate constitution that I don't really see leadership in these guys that you guys read so much. Until we see them for the opportunities that they are, we'll keep looking up to the wrong people for the right leadership. Because for you guys that are intellectual can't even see that Nigeria has been captured. Yeah. All right. Thank you. I'll leave it at that. All right. As a guest, see if I guess this gentleman. Okay. This one says, okay, good morning, Kofi. I'm Patrick from Lagos. The northern elites cannot unseat President Tinubu with insecurity, just as they did to President Jonathan, with all sorts of killings. It's not as straightforward as you're saying it is, in my opinion. Or is it insecurity that unseated Jonathan? I mean, like literally unseated him. Was it insecurity? Another one says, do you remember my message about last month? Can the appointed sole administrator conduct election in River State? There's quotation mark. He's just quoting his question. Says, if yes, is this not a grand plot by the president to kick Wike, PDAPC, and Fubara, PDAPP out of the state and install full-fledged APC in the state? Just thinking. Now that we have seen Act 1, Scene 1, we progress to Act 2, Scene 2. Defections and permutations, it will now be the case of who is faster. Kolawale from Devon. So don't think too far. It is PDAPC. Because the president will not go outside his word to, to do that to Wike. So it's PDAPC. All right. Our guest is on standby. We're talking World Health Day right here on the Morning Crossfire. And, of course, let's delve into Health Thursday. Stay with us.
What is health? It's more than the absence of illness. It's the state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. But let's delve deeper. Health is the heartbeat of life. It's the rhythm that keeps us moving forward. The pulse that echoes our vitality. It's a symphony of balance and harmony, resonating in every aspect of our existence. Health is a silent conductor, orchestrating the dance between the body and mind. It's the energy that propels us towards our dreams and aspirations. It is the foundation upon which we build our futures. So, what is health to you? Join me, Kofi Bartels, this and every Thursday for Health Thursday, 8 a.m. on the Morning Crossfire as we explore important issues affecting your health. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, guests is comfortably seated with us virtually. Dr. Gbolahan Yusuf is Medical Director of Siloan Medical Center. Please forgive me, I didn't mention it right. He's a co-founder of ACE Initiatives, which is a non-governmental organization. ACE Initiatives provides medical support, education, and advocacy to over 7,000 Nigerians, especially women and children, who are the most vulnerable in society. Dr. Yusuf, good morning to you. It's good to have you on the program.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Today we're looking at World Health Day 2025, World Health Day, Healthy Beginnings, Hopeful Futures. Healthy Beginnings, Hopeful Futures is a theme for the 2025 celebration of World Health Day. And we're diving into this crucial conversation. The World Health Organization, champions the celebration of World Health Day every 7th of April, and it was celebrated on Monday, the 7th of April. Like we said, this year's theme is Healthy Beginnings, Hopeful Future. And let's just delve straight into it. Doc, tell us your thoughts on the theme, Healthy Beginnings, Hopeful Futures, for World Health Day 2025.
Yeah, I think it's a fitting theme for the World Health Day. What we believe that the society, the unit of the society is the family. And the way you actually introduce every being generally actually to the family is by birth. So we feel that, and then we understand that what happens during the pregnancy and birth of babies sometimes actually determines what they get to do later in life. We found a lot of connections between genetics and then environmental factors. I mean, brain development of personality and all that. So looking at the start of life is actually a fitting theme for this year. Looking at, healthy beginnings, hopeful future. A child that during pregnancy and delivery, everything goes well, most likely is set for life. I'm allowed to use that word.
Amazing. All right, if you're listening, you have any questions regarding the first days of a child's life and how it affects the child going forward, please call 02 01 277 0993, 02 01 277 0993, and we have 0201 465 7190, 0201 465 7190. Listening to what you said, Dr. Yusuf, and also listening to what the World Health Organization has been saying, I'm a father of a young baby girl, and I'm thinking, what did we do right, or did we not do right, to ensure that she benefits for the rest of her life? So what are some of those things? So I read, and I've also listened to you, that the first 28 days or so of a child's life are very crucial. Tell us some more about that, please.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very, very much. Now, I talked about pregnancy, and now we're looking at the first 28 days. That's when we consider them to be the neonatal period. Okay. Because a child comes out and changes the environment from the womb to actually come out to the air, and then is exposed to a lot of things. Now, one of the things we consider important is nutrition. Now, when the baby comes out, and it's so good that the mother starts to lactate, that breast milk starts to flow, and then it's the let me even say this: the first milk that comes out from the breast is what we call the colostrum.
Okay.
Now, it's not milk, it's not whitish like people would expect. It's creamy. And I found out in my practice that we've had to educate mothers that that is the best milk you can give to the baby, because it contains antibodies, it contains things to help the baby also fight against infections. So proper nutrition, breastfeeding, and we'll talk about exclusive breastfeeding. There's a water, about 60 to 80% of breast milk is water. So there's enough water for the baby, breast milk. And then we also talk about care of the nipple, care of the breast, so that even though breast milk is clean, breast milk is nutritious, if the delivery device is not properly cared for, you would also introduce infection. And also we'll talk about immunization, because the baby will have to start its life, fending off diseases and things in the air, in the water, and things around. So proper immunization is also, so proper nutrition, proper immunization. There are some vaccines you take at birth. There are some you are taking within the first month. So it's also very, very important. And the last thing is, when we have a new, especially in our culture, everybody loves a new baby. Everybody wants to carry a new baby. And one of the things we advocate and we tell our mothers and new parents is the fact that the proper care, protecting the baby from exposure to anybody. You're coming around, you wash your hands, and then you also keep the baby and the clothing and everything very clean.
All right, interesting. 0201-277-0993, 0201-277-0993, 0201-277-0993, and our female line 0201-465-7190, 0201-465-7190. Healthy beginnings, hopeful futures, the theme of the World Health Day 2025. And of course, our guest has been telling us all about what that means. Doc, so you talked about the antenatal period where the mother is pregnant, and then the things that they have to do, because whatever happens will affect the future of the child. And then the postnatal period when the child is born. So please give us, we have to go for a quick break. So when we come back from this break, we'll take your thoughts on step by step. What are the things, just to go over it again, I know you've mentioned it. What do pregnant women, mothers, even the fathers need to do to ensure that they set the child up for, a healthy life? For instance, my wife took a lot of folic acid, from beginning to end. There were some supplements that, people were recommending she should take. A lot of the doctors said, no, you don't have to. The gynecologist said, no, you don't have to take it. Just take only folic acid. Should she eat meat? Should she sleep? Can she have sex? All those things are what women have been asking, and the gynecologist. So we'll come back from the break. You help us. We'll find out. Okay. All right.
That's
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Start your children's day with a great taste of Ovaltine, enriched with multi-nourishment, calcium, malt, and vitamin B12 to support learning and playtime. Ovaltine, smart choice for smart kids.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
I'm running late! I'm ready! Told you it's gonna be a busy day for me. I've got to renew my vehicle insurance, make claims, and a few other stuff at my insurance company.
Abba, is that why you're in a rush? Come on! Life has become a lot easier. Haven't you heard of the units?
But its so-called
Eunice!
Yes, Eunice is a virtual assistant chat box that allows you to interact and do business with a company anywhere and anytime of the day at your convenience. Send hi to Eunice on WhatsApp on 0913-618-1656 or 0908-779-2955. Do much more with ease. Buy insurance, review your insurance policy, make inquiries, and lots more. Visit www.unitrustinsurance.com for more details. Unitrust Insurance Company Limited, the quiet confidence.
Step into a realm of endless opportunities at Wellspring University. Whether you're aiming to pursue undergraduate studies, top-up programs, postgraduate degrees, we've got you covered. Our commitment lies in nurturing talent, inspiring innovation, and empowering students to unlock their boundless potential. Explore our diverse range of programs, including public administration, economics, hospitality and tourism studies, nursing, medical laboratory science, criminology and security studies, microbiology, and much more. For further inquiries and to discover the perfect program for you, visit our website at www.wellspringuniversity.edu.ng or call us at 0704-255-0535 or 0907-333-0526. Wellspring University, the future of education.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info Daily Winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 #3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same, whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 #3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
Of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say you dey whine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby?
Jerry, now you they talk like this? Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I no know.
Guy, hfm.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said hfm.com.
Which one is hfm.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, swap-free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said
hfm.com.
Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. Still the Morning Crossfire, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Healthy beginnings, hopeful futures are the theme of this year's World Health Day, which held on April 7, 2025. That's on Monday. And today on Health Thursday, we're choosing to mark and observe that day. It's a celebration led by the World Health Organization all over the world. Countries marked that day with different events. But very importantly, the World Health Organization is looking at health of women and children with the celebration of World Health Day. Each year, they see it as an opportunity to draw specific attention to a health topic that affects people all over the world by emphasizing one particular theme. every year, the World Health Day encourages governments, healthcare organizations, and individuals to work collectively to improving health standards and access to health care. And our guest this morning has been giving us, some insight into what the theme stands for and what we need to know. He's talked about the health of the child before it is born and after the child is born. I think that the medical practitioners will call it postnatal, antenatal, and postnatal. Our guest is Dr. Gbolahan Yusuf. He's medical director of Siloan Medical Center and is co-founder of ACE Initiatives, a non-governmental organization. We're grateful for his time. 0201-277-0993. And of course, 0201-465-7190. Dr. Yusuf, so let's look at what we need to do. Both the pregnant women, the fathers, the mothers, at the antenatal stage to ensure the hopeful future for the child after it's born. So from the pregnancy, I talked about, we hear a lot of folic acid. What do we need to give our pregnant women to ensure the child has the best bright future?
Okay, all right. So we usually advise every woman who is planning to get pregnant to be on folic acid, because folic acid is very important for the development of the brain. Now, what we've discovered is that by the time the mother misses a period and then she goes for a test and discovers that she's pregnant, the certain parts of the nervous system of the brain have already started to develop. And cases where the woman might be deficient in folic acid itself in our system, it might affect the kind of development and then might lead to giving birth to some babies with some nervous or neural tube defects. So folic acid is very important, first in the development of the brain. Secondly, folic acid is also part of the elements or needed in the formation of cells, tissues, and organs. And you know that during pregnancy, the baby develops from just a fertilized egg all through to becoming a full mature baby. So what is going on in the baby, in the pregnant mother, is creation of more cells coming together to form tissues. So organs are forming, systems are forming. So folic acid plays an integral role in that. Now we have different supplements that people talk about and all. Most of these things are actually present even in the food we eat. So we actually advocate more of, eating a balanced diet, adequate nutrition, rather than just taking a lot of these medications. The other thing we discovered is that at some point, of course, the blood level, because the mother retains water, the blood level or the percentage of the packed cell volume, as we call it, PCV, could actually dip. That's why we include the, iron and a few other things that we give to them. We also advise, a regular antenatal clinic, attending regular antenatal clinic. Some people tell you, I don't feel anyhow, I feel fine, or I didn't go, and throughout the entire course of pregnancy, everything was fine, my baby is fine. Now, the truth is that a higher percentage of pregnant mothers will go through antenatal and there will be no issue, or through pregnancy. But a few actually might have either underlying diseases or actually some conditions that actually comes about because of the changes in their body and their system because of pregnancy. Attending antenatal clinic helps, one, the doctor and the healthcare personnel to monitor pregnancy and also be able to identify such things and mitigate any complications of such. I'd like to also put that the role of support in pregnancy. Pregnancy, it's not it's a period of challenges, a lot of changes in the mothers. They need a lot of support from the spouse, their partners, and even from the community and the family. A lot of understanding. There are a lot of myths, telling them, pregnant women, you cannot maybe take a certain meal at a particular time of the day. You can't take water that is of cool temperature and things like that. A lot of those things are just myths and has no place, and has no effect on the pregnant mother. And lastly, before I hand over back to you, is let me talk on the issue of sex. Now, sex is not contraindicated, or should not. We don't say don't have sex during pregnancy, except only in the early stage, and for those who possibly are presented with spotting or bleeding and all. We actually, as a precaution, we advise against that. But naturally, sex is permitted in pregnancy. The location of the baby, I've heard mothers say that they don't want the baby's head to come in contact with the main sexual organ. And I've told them that the location is far removed from where the vagina where sex takes place, and also the woman is in control of what sex style, because I always say whatever she's comfortable with would be what actually goes. And then of course there's a lot of care and understanding.
Interesting. You've said a lot. So you've talked about some myth, that are not really true. Because I've heard a lot. Don't drink cold water. Don't eat. What did they say that? There's some things they say you shouldn't eat. I'm trying to remember. Some of these things. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. Plantain. Okra.
Take okra.
Yes. Don't take plantain.
Don't take.
Snail. What snail? Okay. But what about some of these things that, for instance, some people say, you shouldn't take fruit because of bacteria that might affect the child, so you stay away from some, things. I don't know. Is it true? Is that a myth?
So I think it's just the same thing. We take fruit, but you're advised to properly wash your fruits. You understand? You actually properly wash the fruits, and then some fruits are not. If you pick up any fruit and then was not properly kept, and you notice that possibly maybe the color, is not what you expect. You understand? Then you see a few things that are suspicious. It's advised to just leave that fruit. So it's a general rule for everybody to actually properly wash their fruit, properly store the fruits. You understand? So that in trying to get nutritious meal or nutrients, you don't also actually take in bacteria.
All right. A lot of people focus on the pregnancy, the antenatal, but when the child drops, it's like, okay, we are done. We've done the job. The child is here, So I would like you to please go back to the postnatal. By the way, someone is asking if they should take smoothie, when the child is pregnant, when the mother is pregnant, the wife is pregnant.
Yeah, I'll take you along with your question. Or should I just quickly answer that?
Yeah, that one, yeah, because someone's asking.
Smoothie, so I would just advise you prepare you can take smoothie, but you prepare your smoothie, because smoothie, it's juice. You don't know if other things have been added to it. So smoothie is just blended fruits. It's fine.
Okay, fantastic. So let's go to the postnatal now. You said a lot of things. You talked about the milk, the first milk that comes out, that is really important for the child. So I want you to please go over as much as you can remember, what we need to do in the first, is it 26 or 28 days? 28 days to set the child up properly. The first 28. Please go over those things again.
Okay, so I'll go over and I'll say the first thing you're looking at is nutrition. So we try as much as possible to establish feeding as early as possible. We know it might be a bit difficult in the first-time mother, but there are a few things you start to do even before, once you're term and approaching delivery. One of the things we advise is you take a lot of fluids. You take a lot of fluids. You have your partner also helps stimulate the nipple, because we want the nipple pointing outwards, not inverted, so that it's easy for the baby to latch on the nipple and to suck on the nipple. We also, as soon as possible after birth, we put the baby to breast, because we know that once baby sucks on the nipple, it stimulates the brain to release oxytocin that helps to release the breast milk and get it flowing. I said earlier, the first milk is not a dirty milk. It actually contains antibodies, immune system to boost the baby's immunity. So you want to start that. We also know that there's something we call breast milk jaundice. There's some babies that actually develop jaundice from, not establishing breastfeeding very early. And, we talk about exclusive breastfeeding. What the advantage of that is, even in the first 28 days, is the baby is getting nutritious milk that is far removed from, bacteria and infection. You understand? And then they get the adequate water intake. I'll say here that some mother comes to me and say, my baby has not pooped in the last 3 or 4 days and 5 days. After a proper examination, as long as the tummy is not, does not feel full or hard, we know that the nutrients in the breast milk is almost 98 or 99% natural. So the baby tends to absorb everything. Apart from that, establishing immunization pretty early. There's some vaccines that are given in the health care institutions at birth, and some you come back much later, 4 weeks, and then they give you days that. So that's also important. Immunization helps to still protect the baby against diseases. And also, lastly, you want to control the environment of the baby. You know, the cloth that comes on their body, even people coming around to carry the baby. You know, some people laugh that, you know, when you come, the mother and the father is giving you sanitizer and all. I say it's true. We're not sure where you're coming from, what you do. And properly, I think people should just wash their hands properly before they even come close. And you can reduce as much as possible people carrying the baby. Then stop the practice of throwing the baby, you know, in the air.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, saw that a lot. I'm sure they did that to me. Thank God. Nothing
Thank God we survived, though. We've been through a lot.
Also,
you know.
Yeah, I think when people think about bouncy baby boy,
bouncing baby boy, throw
bouncing, and then they keep throwing, you know, and all of that. Yeah. So I think, in a nutshell, I think those are things you look out for in the first 28 days.
Fantastic, Doc. This issue of water is a controversial one because I've seen couples have disagreements over it. Or doctors say we should not give the child water, and the other one said no. My parents gave us water. Now, you're saying this water is very important, especially when it comes to stooling. And we know water plays a big role in life, in the body as a whole. So this first 28 days, what happens? Especially with mothers who are not doing what you call baby-friendly or exclusive breastfeeding. And because of one or two things, maybe they had a cesarean and all that and the pain, they have to give milk or formula. Should they keep water away from the baby?
Okay, so what I advise first is, if you people cesarean or they did not lactate early enough, they start with baby formula. Let me say this: as soon as they are able to establish breastfeeding, they should stop the baby formula. Because for people, once they start, they just feel they should continue. They should stop it. There are still some conditions where we actually advise a mother to actually, especially in terms of viral infections, you know, if the mother is retroviral positive on drugs and all of that, we advise either they strictly on breast milk or they go strictly on formula. Now, in such cases, I advise them, on the tin, you find the way to prepare the milk such that it's not too watery or not too thick. You understand? In such cases, if they prepare it appropriately, there might still be no need to give water, although I might permit them to give water in such cases. But the reason why we try to move away from water is you have to give the water through something, either cup and spoon or a bottle feeding and all. And those are ways where infections can be introduced to the baby. Now, but talking about baby and mothers on exclusive breast milk, they don't need to give the baby water.
Okay.
Breast milk is... Yes.
I'll come back to you in a second. I think we might have an early advert break.
Okay.
Yeah, so please, I'll come back to you. Okay, we have some sort of sponsorship. So please stay with me. I'll come back to you and say goodbye.
Okay, that's
Thank
fine.
you, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is health? It's more than the absence of illness. It's the state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. But let's delve deeper. Health is the heartbeat of life. It's the rhythm that keeps us moving forward. The pulse that echoes our vitality. It's a symphony of balance and harmony, resonating in every aspect of our existence. Health is a silent conductor, orchestrating the dance between the body and mind. It's the energy that propels us towards our dreams and aspirations. It is the foundation upon which we build our futures. So, what is health to you? Join me, Kofi Bartels, this and every Thursday for Health Thursday, 8 a.m. on the Morning Crossfire as we explore important issues affecting your health. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay,
Your health deserves the best. And at SynLab Nigeria, we deliver world-class medical laboratory services with quality, convenience, and precision. With over 30 locations across Nigeria and a presence in more than 30 countries, SynLab provides trusted, accurate, and reliable diagnostics, helping you stay on top of your health. From routine checkups to specialized testing, we offer seamless booking, fast results, and expert medical support. Visit www.synlab.com.ng or walk into any of our centers today. SynLab Nigeria, world-class diagnostics, right where you are.
All right, so that's a message from SynLab, which is Nigeria's wellness. And of course, their tests assess critical organs like your pancreas, your liver, your heart, your thyroids, which play a critical role in your day-to-day life. So that's a message from them. I'm sure you're all aware that, from your 20s to your 30s or your 60s and beyond, SynLab has got a wellness test package for every generation. So you can just, go on their website and check it out, www.synlab.com.ng, and book online in seconds just to check yourself and your wellness. All right. If you're between the ages of your 20s and your 60s and beyond, they have a wellness test package for every generation. You want to book, just go to their website, www.synlab.com.ng, and book online in seconds. You spell SynLab synlab.com.ng, synlab.com.ng. You can also walk into any of their 10 locations across Lagos and over 30 locations across Nigeria, from Lekki to Festac, from VI to Ikeja. If you have a busy schedule, they will come to you. They'll come to your home, and they have what they call a home sample collection, so that you will sit back, you relax, and then they will handle your testing. And when your results drop, you don't have to scratch your head. They have an expert in-house pathologist who will break down the results for you. So you can visit their website, which is www.synlab.com.ng, synlab.com.ng. All right, synlab.com.ng. SynLab Wellness Nigeria. Okay, Doc. So please, in about 3 minutes, let's talk about this water thing. You were making a very important point. You said that if a mother is lactating, you would advise her to stop taking breast milk. Why? Stop giving formula. Sorry, why?
Formula. Yes. So those, because of the advantages the breast milk itself actually plays. I'll say that every formula that we've had over the years, I've tried the best as much as possible to actually mimic the breast milk. The standard is the breast milk. That's what everything is about. So if naturally you have the standard, I wonder why would still want to go for the formula. So it's best, it's first, like I was going to say earlier, it's 90%, 80 to 90% of the breast milk is water. So the baby gets all the water they need from the breast milk if they're fed adequately. Then it contains antibodies, which helps to fight against infections. Then proteins, carbohydrates, and every other things they need is present there. That's one. Number two, I say this jokingly that, well, I'm a father of two kids, and for the first 6 months, I didn't know what the cost of the price of formula is.
Really?
So financially,
wow. Okay.
For 6 months, I didn't know. After 6 months, that's when I realized, okay, we have to buy these and all of that. So I think it helps financially in terms of the health of the baby, the nutrients needed for the baby. You understand? Everything is present there. So once they establish breast milk is established, they should just go back to it, and then no need to continue with the formula. And lastly, in the infections, the cup and spoon, the bottle feeding, those are ways infection can also be introduced to the baby. And you have a lot of baby presenting with that diarrhea or constipation, depending on how the baby food formulas are actually prepared.
What about lactating mothers or breastfeeding mothers who cannot produce enough milk?
Okay, so when you have that, first is that, like I said, there are a few things to do. They see their doctors. There are a few things doctors can give to also help with that. A mother that takes fluid very well, adequately, should actually lactate properly. In such cases, you might then say you want to supplement with baby formulas. But if you're lactating well, you understand. And sometimes I've met mothers that psychologically they feel they are not producing enough. You understand? When by the time you ask questions and take proper history, you see that they're producing enough. They just feel that they're having to feed the baby more than what is usual, which they might not even know how often you should even feed your baby or give your baby breast milk. So the first, you have to establish the fact they really can't produce enough before you encourage that they can take.
Okay. So if they are not doing the exclusive and they are doing it supplementary with formula, can they take water? Give the baby water?
I still would stay away from water.
Okay.
Because water in preparing your formula, you actually prepare with water. So if they are still taking breast milk, which is majorly water, I'll still stay away from water.
Up to how many months? 4 months, 5 months, 6 months?
What's that for water?
Yeah, staying away from water.
Okay, now, so if you're giving exclusive breast milk for 6 months, that's fine. But I think once you're on the fourth month, and then you could actually start to introduce water.
Okay, month 4.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Interesting. Please stay with me because we just want to give this awesome announcement for those of you listening. This segment of Health Thursday is proudly brought to you by SynLab, and they have an announcement for you. They test their tests. SynLab Nigeria's wellness tests access critical organs like your pancreas, your liver, your heart, your thyroids, and they play critical roles in your day-to-day life. So if you're from your 20s, to your 60s and beyond, SynLab they say they have a wellness test package for every generation. So something you might want to check out. If you want to book them, please go to their website, www.synlab.com.ng. You can book online in seconds. You can spell SynLab synlab.com.ng. You can walk into any of their 10 locations across Lagos and over 30 locations across Nigeria, from Lekki to Festac and Victoria Island to Ikeja. So that's an announcement from SynLab for you. If you have a busy schedule, there's no problem. They say they have a home sample collection, so they'll come to you and you sit back at home and then they will handle it while you relax. And when your results arrive, SynLab has an in-house pathologist which will break down the results for you, so you don't have to keep wondering what your results mean. The website again is www.synlab.com.ng. Spell it synlab.com.ng. synlab.com.ng. You can visit it and you can book today. We're still talking with our guests. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we will round off and say goodbye to him. It's still Health Thursday, World Health Day. Healthy beginnings, hopeful futures. The life of your child is very important, but what you do, we've heard from a doctor guest from the beginning, pregnancy until the first 28 days when a child is born, is very critical. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Your health deserves the best. And at SynLab Nigeria, we deliver world-class medical laboratory services with quality, convenience, and precision. With over 30 locations across Nigeria and a presence in more than 30 countries, SynLab provides trusted, accurate, and reliable diagnostics, helping you stay on top of your health. From routine checkups to specialized testing, we offer seamless booking, fast results, and expert medical support. Visit www.synlab.com.ng or walk into any of our centers today. SynLab Nigeria, world-class diagnostics, right where you are.
Okay, Doc, we have a question here from our listeners from you. This is sent in by Caroline. Caroline is in Magodo. Caroline says, can a pregnant woman take lemon? Can she get enough folic acid naturally from fruit, veggies, seeds, and nuts? That's 2 in 1 question.
Yes, okay. Let me start off. I'll come back to lemon. Let me start off with getting enough folic acid from fruits and all. Now, the assumption really is, or the ideal thing is for us to get all the nutrients, or the pregnant mother should get all the nutrients they would need from fruits and even from what they eat. But, not leaving anything to chance is why we actually supplement with the drugs. And then I tell a lot of my mothers that don't worry for folic acid, vitamins. The body just absorbs what it needs. So there's no fear of, I'm taking a lot from fruits and food, and then I have to I'm overloading my system with this. So no problem. We also still always want to supplement just in case you're not taking the required dietary allowance of those of the nutrients, folic acid and other vitamins. Now, lemon. Now, when we talk about lemon, because a pregnancy is a physiological condition, so it's the same thing for some people. Lemon, it's okay, you can take.
Okay.
Then you're also mindful of the effects on your digestive system. Some people actually take it and then it hurts their tummy and things like that. So you stay away from that because it's not an absolute requirement for pregnancy. You can just stay away if it doesn't sit well with. Yes.
Interesting. Final one, another one here. This one says, I'm a testament to these myths not being true. Throughout my pregnancies, eldest is 16 years of age. I only took water from the freezer, chewed ice all the time, ate snail and a lot of seafood, okra. Yeah, I had don't eat okra and seafood and all that. Don't take what do you call it again? Abacha. So I told my wife, don't take abacha. So with loads of fruit as well. Waiting, I know here finish. Your baby will be slow. There will be a fontanelle, or their fontanelle will never be hardened on a light. Great job. Okay, what do you say to that, Doc?
Yeah, well, I like you, a rebel. Yeah, she's right. She's right. All those things are not founded. They just try to look at snail moves very slowly and say your child will be slow. You take plantain fortan. No, they're not true. There are no scientific proof to any of those things. Yeah. But I know that a lot of mothers struggle when they see or grandmas, when the pregnant mother is chewing ice. It's a lot of, but I have because some of my mothers cannot take a lot of water if it's not cold.
All right.
So, and it's important they take adequate hydration is important. So they're allowed to take water. That's
a very interesting message sent in by the Rebel, all the way from Manchester, listening to us this morning. I think his name is Tosi Odele. Good morning to you. All right. Thank you very much. I think we'll have to leave it at that. Doc, we have a last one here, but do we have time? This one says, is it advisable to take folic acid pregnant care conception when trying to get pregnant through IVF? I think this is a private personal brand. Okay, all right.
Start taking folic acid before when you're trying to get pregnant. I said it.
All right. Another one reads, okay, this is not what we're talking about. I think that this one says, Okay. This is another one says, please help us, a doctor. How safe is it for a pregnant woman to take scent leaf, if to reduce sugar? Taiwo from Motion. Taiwo, are you pregnant? Yeah. Very, very quickly, please.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't. If they have issues with sugar, I think see a doctor. If you need to take drugs, take drugs. You understand? That's what I would. Pregnancy, don't try to try and take other things. It could be an adjunct to the treatment, but if there's a need for drugs, take it.
All right. Doc, thank you very much for your time. Dr. Gbolahan Yusuf, Medical Director of Siloan Medical Center and co-founder of ACE Initiative. It's been a pleasure having you. We definitely would love to have you back.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right.
And also, thanks to SynLab Nigeria for sponsoring the last segment of Health Thursday. My name is Kofi Bartels, and News at 9 is up next.
It's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock.
The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.